Hello, this is day 107 of the Wheel of Fortune Chimps challenge, or random wheel thing, tower thing, whatever. First, we're going to be starting off with the custom map, which is pretty cool. I've been getting a lot of custom maps recently. I don't know why, I've just been spinning on all of that. Then Brickle will be our hero, which is pretty interesting. Brickle's actually pretty good on a lot of these custom maps, which is really neat. We'll just might get towers that work out with Brickle. Village middle path, okay, so we got a support tower, and then the last one is hopefully going to be some sort of damage thing, or else you're kind of in a weird limbo of having no damage, and you kind of get it with SPAC top path, like it does damage, but it's like all cleanup damage. So this is going to be really interesting. Now, because of these parameters for the custom maps, I decided to choose an easier one because I wanted to look into the idea of spamming these spiked balls, which funny enough came into topic of conversation in one of the member only videos, and because I haven't really talked about those videos in a while, I guess I'm going to mention them a little bit later in case anyone's interested. So starting off with this challenge, I picked this map. It looks pretty cool, pretty nice map. Whoever made it, I give you 2 thumbs up. So I'm just gonna get Brickle down there. I'm just gonna go for 1 aircraft carrier, so like I kind of can get through some things and get to the homeland defense. And then I'm gonna just spam a ton of spike balls. Now the whole point of this, and why it actually came up in conversation, was that the spike balls used to like be insanely good, and it was not a common thing, but you would see some people just spam like 6, 10, well, maybe not 10, more so like 6 spike balls in the Chimps games. But if someone wanted to get really crazy, sometimes they literally just spam like 10, 12, 20 of them if they really wanted. But yeah, it used to be a common thing where you'd see like 4 or 6 spike balls in one Chimps game, especially on something like Quad. But now that's not really a thing. They're just a lot weaker. You don't really see them much of anywhere. You see spike mines, but not the spike balls. They just gotten way too many Pierce nerfs to really be in the consideration, especially when stuff like Bloon Impact and Arctic Wind are things now that will just stop like an insane amount of ceramics and really help out the defense a whole lot more. So I'm just going to be getting that. We're going to be going into this destroyer off to start out, and this map does have a decent amount of length, although a good amount of the length we can't actually really use for spikes because there's no space to put things there. So the spikes will just go to the end of this flower or clover leaf thing. Well, I guess it's more so of a flower. But anyways, on to the member only videos. I've had these up for a while. I just post a whole bunch of these. They don't have ads and there's some bonus content, but basically all of this is for $1 a month. It's as cheap as possible. It's a ton of videos that's going to be put into a compilation later. So right now I think it's going to be like 16 or so 30 to an hour minute long videos. And then the whole point of this is at the end, all of these videos are going to be like one giant compilation. It's going to be posted publicly, so you'll see eventually what it is later. So if you don't have any money or you don't need to support it, that's alright. But it's just going to be a whole thing later that you'll see. But if you're so interested and you want to see like a bunch of content that doesn't have any ads on it, which is pretty cool, you can see all the behind the scenes and like the full gameplay for all of this. It's pretty cool. If you're interested, you can do it. I made it as cheap as possible, so it's not like much of an issue. And if you want to, it's pretty cool support, and you'll get like a badge, and you'll also see the upcoming videos early whenever I post them. So when this is posted, there should be tomorrow's video, which is day 108, will also be posted to members first, and then it gets posted publicly. So that's pretty cool. Not much else besides that. I've been kind of getting lazy on the early uploads a little bit more recently. I was pretty good when I was doing the strat series, but now I'm focusing more on guitar, to be honest, and I'm just playing a lot more guitar than I was a few months ago. So basically back to this game, we're getting back to the spiked balls. I put down just a few before we do the save up into the homeland defense, and then from there I just get the homeland defense, get a bunch of spike balls, and homeland defense actually will work out pretty well because it doubles the pierce, which is really good for spike factories. That's pretty good for towers that maybe don't have the best pierce. So that's actually where like call to arms will do best with that, and the century champion out of all things too, because it will double the pierce and attack speed. Well, I guess double the attack speed twice for the sentries and the sentry output. But for spike factories, it will also basically double the damage too, again with the pierce, because pierce equals damage on those type of road items. So it actually works out pretty well, but just the the spike balls, I mean, they aren't really necessarily good enough, and especially if you're trying to brute force damage with ZOMGs and BFBs with the spike ball, they just get completely overrun even when doing quadruple the damage from the homeland defense. So yeah, it's just not good. It can maybe deal with ceramics well-ish, Moabs maybe. Fortified Moabs to BFBs, that's just where it falls off. So it didn't really do that well, even with the map length. It did, I guess, all right though, because we did have Brickle, and that one aircraft carrier actually did like an insane amount of damage. I think it ended up doing like 1.2 million damage. So yeah, it was a single aircraft carrier carry compared to like $50,000 worth of spike balls. So I guess that's the rest of it. I'll let some music play out for the end. I'm not really doing the whole thing. Actually, it's been working out really well, I think, where I like put music in between and then kind of talk about like when points come up. But we're just going to be going back to the basic one like this because there's not really a whole lot to talk about here. So anyways, goodbye. Have a nice day. Thanks for watching. If you want to help out the channel, you can check out these new videos, like and subscribe for more content, support the channel by becoming a member, and joining the Discord to chat with the community. Bye!